Crystal Mate for a good 15 minutes there. Thank you guys.
She deserves it.
Random ass question, but
what a good old
she
hero.
definitely got under the limelight. I'm sure the frog's taking notes, but we have it finally. It is time for game number 1 of our semi-final playoff action CIS International Qualifier coverage. ESPADA versus Windstrike, aka FlyToMoon.
They still have their Bitcoin logo though.
But they are still Bitcoin. I don't think Windstrike had their graphics guy ready to go that fast.
Or did the FlyToMoon go?
No, yeah, or they didn't submit that logo properly.
I love how low effort their flags are. They're just like, whatever. We'll just take our Bitcoin logo and put there. And
it's so low effort, it's not even funny how low. It's literally like an image that they downloaded from Google Image and uploaded.
That's straight up the Bitcoin Google image
like,
right there.
If they like
10 seconds
if they made something, okay, sure. Something bad and then they put it as their flag, sure. But like that's come on, that's too low effort.
Maybe you need to have some. That's
10 seconds remaining.
Transparent shilling.
I don't think you have to have a flag.
I don't think so, but it's like the easiest thing to upload. Upload an image and you're like, Bitcoin logo,
B, Bitcoin. Great. ESPADA wins this draft based on flag alone. Established.
Pretty standard bans so far. Wisp and Chen banned against Windstrike, no big surprise here.
No Bounty Hunter ban though.
This is what I'm going to be curious about. Is Bounty Hunter... FlyToMoon let it through. I was talking about they might ban this when their first pick because they have like a free ban and you don't give Bounty Disruptor Duo. Question for
10 seconds.
Question for me is whether Windstrike want to grab one of them first. What else is appealing here? Beastmaster.
Radiant team.
Like Sky has been
Bounty
a popular
banned.
first pick.
ESPADA banned Bounty.
They banned the Bounty. Interesting.
It's gonna be a pick in this series.
Bane.
Might see a first pick disrupt.
Bane was left through.
Maybe something to prepare for a Lycan already.
Oh, Lycan could be first pick too. Nice, yeah. That's the one we forgot about. That's good.
Somebody did say Lycan.
Do you think ESPADA would...
Did you both say Lycan?
Somebody said Lycan.
Dakota definitely mentioned.
I definitely heard Lycan.
You guys are...
That's what Dakota does. He just repeats my stuff and then both look smart.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Nice one.
10 seconds remaining.
So Beastmaster, Disruptor. Disruptor doesn't really like facing Lycan though. I feel like that's a pretty bad matchup, but they might go for it regardless. Oh, or we just do something totally different.
When you guys mentioned Underlord in the last series, I was like, you know, Underlord would have really helped in that game when Lycan's running down his course and they can't stop it. Like, just get the root. Boom. Everything gets stopped.
So I feel like they forgot about him in that last series. I feel.
There's like, okay, enemy team has Lycan, we need Crimson Guard. That's basically what happened here. And they like the Underlord as their Crimson Guard hero of choice. This is a super defensive opening, by the way. They have 2 saves. They have Song and
you could basically keep Lycan, Bit of Malice, or just root it for 10 seconds. Bit of Malice, Naga Siren, and Snare, and another Bit style.
Their Naga play is pretty good. I mean, they played Naga every time they didn't get back.
5 seconds.
Immersion. When I think of Immersion, I think of 3 heroes. It's Naga, Bounty, and Scarith Mage.
I didn't even know he had a third. Cool.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, maybe we'll see it someday. Has he actually played Naga or Bounty every game you've seen?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Naga, Bounty.
Phantom Lancer band. They're setting up for a Lycan game here. But the thing that Windstrike need to be a bit careful of, in my opinion, is trying to give Lycan too good of a game. Like now they're banning PL. Are they trying to? How much are they trying to set up for this Lycan to succeed when eventually he will have a hard game? He's playing into Ensnare. He's playing into Song. He's playing into Crimson Guard. Maybe you want to try to prepare to let your other heroes have a good Shadow Fiend ban.
Unusual.
Iceberg loves this hero.
I mean, they have Clockwork.
Yep.
So maybe you're just figuring that plus Heavy Magic Burst.
Absolutely.
I think that's the reason.
I think they wouldn't ban it as Clockwork.
Because you have a Clockwork and give him that extra damage, yeah, it helps in the laning stage, so maybe snowball a little bit, but if you kill him once, twice, gone.
Pretty good against Underlord too, I would argue, because all of his damage is from like bonus plus damage stuff. He does all magic. It's like perfect.
Pretty decent. I think SF is an okay ban. I don't think it's fantastic. It's the right team in this qualifier to ban it against. I actually don't think any other team would even pick the hero. That's the Disruptor ban into the Naga combo.
Obviously, Disruptor would be sweet to pair with the spotter right now. Song set up with Static and Underlord's toolkit would be pretty ridiculous. And they've ran it a bunch of times already. Previous series.
So I'm curious if Windstrike want to take a page out of Serenity's book. They actually ran a clock silencer combo and used the global to allow their heroes to jump on heroes when they hook shot in. I think silencer has quite a bit of merit in this game. It prevents Song of the Siren from coming out. It prevents the defensive spells from Underlord from coming out. It's a decent lane support against a hero like Underlord, just consistent harassment with pure damage glaives. I'm looking for ways to ensure that Lycan gets to hit stuff. Because that's my biggest concern right now. It doesn't get to hit stuff.
Remaining.
Yeah, I was surprised we haven't seen Warlocks in play, and we saw a lot of axes last game. Like, one of those things kick off, you could also just use defensively and just cut their whole combo right in half.
I love to play Silencer, but he's either hit or miss. Either you're gonna have a really good time as a Silencer or so underwhelming. So this is a classic combo, Naga Siren into Row. Plus combine that with Underlord. I think Windstrike is Pipe carrier. Yes.
Pipe for sure.
Pipe or multi-P.
I don't know if Clock's at 3 and the person they want to do. Likely still going to be the 4 position. They'll need their
5 seconds remaining.
mitigator of damage.
My sandwich is still here, guys. You want to see the inside? There it is. Waiting for me.
What's in it?
Soon. It's like egg. The bread is really nice. There's avocado, spinach. That's really good.
That's really healthy.
It was a really good sandwich, which is why I'm upset.
That's not a sandwich. That's no meat sandwich.
That doesn't have to be.
I think the sandwich is defined by the bread, top and bottom. Yeah. But then again, there's the whole dispute on.
Well, you can put a finger between 2 slices of bread. Is that a sandwich?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's a finger sandwich.
No, that's closer to a hot dog, which also could be closely related to a sandwich. So you got to be careful. Hey, Skyrath Mage just coming.
So with Jakiro, it's a good lane support. Essentially, he's kind of fallen off in that role compared to heroes like Sky and Warlock. But a substitute, and he does combo with a Naga. But I think Sky should be able to out-harass him. Maybe. Yeah, kind of depends. If he gets too close, Jakiro will hit way harder. But
Skyrath will bully Jakiro out of it. I'm pretty sure. You just play space.
Clock against Jakiro is kind of okay for Clock too.
Oh, it's a great matchup in the game. That's one of the side benefits of Clockwork against Naga, actually, is the cast time of Song of the Siren is so long that you can't get it off if you're caught Cox with Battery Assault. That might be a play that we'll see them try to go for. Could perhaps be part of the reason they picked the hero. Oh, wait, what was the pick order? It was Lycan first pick. Yeah, so they did see both. Where do you go from here? So ESPADA, a very 5-man heavy, but they don't have damage.
Do you think they're going to
damage over time only?
Go another Pug? I was going to say Pugna lineup and push? Top of already?
Pugna is healing.
And then you're against a Skyrath Mage. Yeah.
Decrepify is great against Lycan until he has Necro 3.
Nope, Gyro like you said, so.
Both are fine. Gyro can stand his ground against Lycan when the Crimson Guard is up. Until then, Lycan should have his number.
And then he can clear things faster. He can combo with Naga combo as well. And he just does a lot more damage. And he also gives him late game longevity to scale into like a serious threat.
It's a very solid
DKB obviously, so.
Clockwork now has kind of multiple targets to have to deal with now. Before you were praising how he could just jump the Naga, but now it's like, if he was to get a Blade Mail, it might be decent against Gyrocopter. You jump him and blow him up, so it's like...
It's a great Clockwork game.
So yeah, so now you're like, well that means now the Naga should be able to get away with getting a song off then, so... True. They'll have to be pick and choosy about these fights and who's jumping. It could, cost the whole fight at that point. I like the idea of this spot, even though it's maybe not... Gyro's not the best against Clock, it's still... It used to be like the thing when teams would pick Doom, so you're like, oh, we'll just get a bunch of people he has to Doom. That way some people are going to be fine and it doesn't matter.
They need some kind of a setup, I think, for Skyrath Mage other than Clockwork Ult. That's the obvious one, but I'm sorry, that's the opposite team. Sand King's still in the pool. The obvious one. I don't feel like Sand King too much against Underlord, I guess.
No,
but
I don't like Sand King. They want to do the same thing to it. They want to like jump in and stun, and then you have Sand King who needs a dagger. So if you put Sand King, you have to put him 3. I think you force your Clockwork into a position 4.
Which I assume it will be.
What's that?
I assumed that it would be. We saw there's a lot of Sand King off we saw in the other game.
I think this is a great Clockwork game, so I wouldn't mind seeing it as a 3. That is still up in the air, what this is. This could be anything. Like it's not really that valuable to keep your options open as much when you are first pick at this point, because you have to pick 2 heroes in a row anyway.
I think it's absolutely fine though, because like all the damage on the enemy team is almost all magic right now. So if he gets a BKB, he actually doesn't have to worry about this like mid-game, can I survive against all their damage thing. Still gonna take gyro damage with black and stuff, but like a BKB and some mana items, he's fine. So maybe you can just go like Yule's BKB and actually fight.
Yeah, Yule's BKB sounds good. It also makes it a bit harder for Underlord. He doesn't get the same value out of Crimson Guard because there's a lot of magic damage too, so now he needs Crimson and Pipe to make sure that people stay alive. If they would have picked a more physical-oriented type of mid-pick, then one item would ruin them really bad.
They could use some, maybe burst on ESPADA. If they want to go for Lina, they don't know the matchup. It could be a Lash, or maybe it's a good Bloodseeker. They will be aggressive on both lanes if they pair up Underlord, Naga, Jakiro, and Gyro. And it's really good against the Lycan. Not the best against Blockwork though.
I'm liking Bloodseeker for the... I could see that. Blood Rage the Gyro with Flak Cannon?
Yeah, that's Dire.
Oh, now, are they mixed again, Rob?
No.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they did.
Why is Dire on the left? I'm so confused. Thanks, Rob.
I thought I had it right. Said Bloodseeker would be good against the gyro. Is that what you said?
No, I said Bloodseeker would be good against Lycan, but I said he was on Radiant.
Oh.
But they're Dire on the left, so...
That idea.
Bloodseeker could be good. There's a lot of good targets for Blood Rage. Really sucks for Leshrac to get hit by. They guarantee setup with Ensnare for it. Or Pit of Malice with it.
They can do like Naga Siren ulti into setup, which is a guaranteed silence follow-up, like...
Yeah. Oh,
well,
nice.
Now I'm confused. You should have waited until after the game, obviously.
Very good.
Alright, well they banned the TA. I mean, instantly I think, like, maybe it could be a Lina and this Lesh will be not mid and they head elsewhere.
I think picking Lesh and Lina against...
5 seconds remaining.
It's a pipe. And you also need a more reliable setup for Lesh
Dire
usually.
team pick. Mirana.
Okay, support Lesh. Or support. I'm pretty positive this will be mid Mirana.
That's Mirana mid.
That's an icebreaker. So they'll put Mirana mid, and...
I like it. It's like so team fighty that Mirana can kind of play on the edges of the fight. And for a lot of like Maelstrom damage, like Jakiro's crappy animations. Naga can like net, but the other heroes can't like deal with Mirana very well if she's on the sides.
5 seconds remaining.
This Radiant lineup is really single target. Only AoE they have.
Yeah, Maelstrom, he's gonna have
Storm, Rocket. I mean, it's something, but it doesn't. It's not a lot. Might be enough.
Why does I don't think AoE matters that much. Like they can all farm pretty well. Like Lycan, Lesh, Mirana all push, and then like I said, spread on the fight. Don't let that. You don't want to clump against your opponents. You want to just pick off. Like Jakiro's easy to kill. Naga Siren can be easy to kill, and Gyro Underlord have to be a little careful. Mirana gets farmed enough. Like I think the only thing they have to do, that our team has to do, is make sure they match up whatever.
That's tough to ensure, though. There's a lot of matchups that aren't that great. But she also doesn't really get trashed completely by anything.
She's got good range.
She used to have a lot of that. Low hero damage. Her animation I don't find to be that great either.
The projectile speed is just really low. That's
pretty
the problem,
mad.
Dragon Knight. Choose your hero.
Well, he's gonna be okay mid. Mirana will be.
I love ESPADA's lineup. They so strong, especially when they go together. Have a great way to stop the fights if they don't like it. With Naga Siren, with Underlord, Dragon Knight, pretty beefy. Also naturally built BKBs, Gyro, so a lot of this magical damage. Get it? I think once they get Pipe and BK, unless somehow they snowball with the light. But it's gonna be hard. It's hard to fight for Radiant's lineup. Hero, Underlord, Naga. They just need time to build items on ESPADA, and I don't.
Looks good. Yeah, they always have such good drafts. They always have like 2 tower hitters. Like they check all the boxes. Everything. Guys is perfect.
Yeah, and normally it seems like in the position where the matchup doesn't work out too well against their opponents, but they just play through it and manage to make it work. So if they're coming into this one with a draft favored matchup, I guess we'll see Windstrike's play skill if they're going to be able, because the spot have been playing very well today. And with the matchup they favor, it's hard not to, well, favor them overall.
The thing I like about Windstrike's lineup is it's good for them. It's very aggressive. It has a lot of potential for high-risk, high-reward plays with heroes like Mirana and Lycan.
Prepare for battle.
They are not going to play a slow game. I think they totally understand what ESPADA is trying to do. They understand the strength of their lineup, and they will try to disrupt it as much as possible with early chaos, I think. If there's one CIS team right now that likes playing a bit crazy and fast early, it is this Windstrike team. So, I just from how I view Dota, I like the Dire's lineup more, but I can definitely see Radiant winning with just really fast and strong execution. It's a harder to execute lineup, basically, but it can win.
What just happened? Yeah, it's when you think about it, easy or hard to execute. The Dire lineup just needs to go together, get some items. Their heroes are not that hard to play, unlike let's say Lycan, you have Lash, Mirana, Bookshot. You're relying on hitting those abilities, and it's not hard for the Dire lineup.
Yep.
You know what I noticed?
What?
There was no chat wheel lines in that previous series.
That was so nice.
And
but now No Fear
Windstrike,
is back.
yeah, well, Windstrike though definitely have chat wheel lines, and they've already spanned them out. Man, I realized now how nice it was, and now that's gone. Here we go. Swings out for the early bounty rune already from both teams. A 3v3. Arrow is not going to find a mark at all. It is going to be grabbed up though from every side. So 3.
Could have been the first blood if they skill Firestorm.
Still
now
going
he
for it.
uses it.
Turn around. Firestorm's done. They're going to go ahead and get the first pick off there on Jakiro.
What was that? They waited the entire fight before they used Firestorm instead of using it on the rune. Nice arrow.
Baited him into thinking that they didn't have too many skills to work with, but they certainly have a lot of firepower here. They may end up getting another. They do.
Oh my god, the damage overtime from dual breath and Firestorm.
It's quite ridiculous here, and they're not done yet. There's another dual breath. Kiro flexing his ridiculously high mana pull early in this game.
Oh, nice stun.
Are you serious? He's living. He's walking away. The salve's already popped, and everything's fine. 1-1 already.
I don't think Dire should be happy with the outcome of that rune fight. I think if they just drop a Firestorm on that rune, they get the rune and a Lesh First Blood.
And they, what, took 1 rune only?
Did they get
Dire only
Dire
got
took
1
rune, yeah.
Only got 1.
Dire got 1 rune, and
Naga
they lost
wants
First
the
Blood.
suicide. Those dragons. The dragons, the code.
What
Dragon.
What?
Not Jakiro. Dragon.
Oh, those dragons. They have Team Dragon, dude. They have Sir Davian and Jakiro. So
That is pretty confusing.
There's way too many dragon.
It's easiest to suicide to the boys.
Dragon Knight's owning mid.
He is. I just noticed that before. He's doing wonderful work. 8-2 to Maran is now 3-1, and Clockwork also is doing mighty fine against the Gyrocopter. Gyro has no CS yet.
This is
Just got to the lane, and now there is a Arcane Bolt wielding Skywrath Mage waiting for him. Naga's trying to help deal with that, but the second she steps away from the lane, they're going to converge onto her. No Fear is taunting her away. Cog to bump her back.
That was not on purpose.
Yeah, and she gets some wiggle room to make it away.
Well, at least Gyro's getting some CS on top. 3 CS. It's also solo XP for him.
LAGG.
There has been a bit of that today, though, apparently for these players. Pauses here. All right. As the dust settles, to evaluate how some of these lanes are going. All right, never mind.
What just happened?
Oh, No Fear.
Pretty much as we were saying before, though, DK's still kind of up on the head. He's going to pretty much do as he pleases. That mighty regen isn't going to falter too much to Maran on her own.
He even has 2 mangoes.
Not anymore.
Jokes on you, he has 1.
You just lay down, Synderen.
Oh, what? They get a kill on the top lane. Sorry, I was fixed on this bottom lane because they were making an approach on to always want to fly, but the takedown of the gyro from the clock is actually huge. It's top lane, and he's back already. Gives him a little cog kick. And it looks like Skyrath's going to head back. He needs more mana.
Yep.
Mangoes for everybody, though, on the side of ESPADA.
the biggest concern out of this laning stage for ESPADA is how bad Gyro's doing. I think playing Gyro from behind is not necessarily the worst, because with levels he can at least make plays. But his timing in this game is it's really important for them to be able to make plays that Gyro is available. I don't see them killing stuff very easily without him. They don't have much burst damage. Gyro needs to be part of plays. Well, the more he loses this lane, the more he's delayed on that.
Even if Gyro loses the lane, the Dragon Knight is their tool to come back. He's the top of CS chart, having a really good time on the mid lane.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a bit. Every time the lane moves forward, Gyro does not feel comfortable getting to the lane. As you can see, Naga is not able to be by his side because Skywrath is just chasing her away. Meanwhile, still trading out between both sides here. They're letting the Lycan and the Underlord square off in the lane, while these supports are mashing it out.
Actually dead, I think.
Haste Rune up.
Oh.
She's running towards the top, not going to get catch on the stun, but the Gyrocopter does get the finish up there. And every time I think someone's breaking out here in this bottom lane, they just miss their opportunity, and it's Top who actually gets it done. But here we go, I got this one. The hasted Mirana makes her way all the way up and finishes off the Naga.
That definitely... I feel like you did not miss a kill there. I feel like Lesh missed. That was not your fault. Just hit that stun. Sometimes you miss. Electric's stun is a bit tricky to land, but I feel like on a Jakiro without boots, you just fake cast it once, you see his movement, you'll get it eventually. But missed it that time around.
Mirana's wasting a lot of time. She's losing a lot of CS and a lot of experience on mid. Dragon Knight's gonna hit level 6. She's level 5 only. Someone's steeping mid. That's a Lash. Place the ward.
Bounty runes now. 2 for each, it looks like.
Yeah, well, Clock got hit, the one up here, and Dyer's gonna get everything on the bottom. You seem to be right. Lycan's crawling back some good CS, 27. 10 Underlord at 14 and 2. Adjacent lane matchup. It's getting closer to the Arcane Boots. But is this a pipe first game or a Vanguard first kind of game?
I think it's pipe. Everything they have right
Hood
now
right
and
away.
for the next 15 minutes is going to be pretty much only magical. What do you say, Sin?
I'm not sure. I feel like it's actually a difficult choice to make. I'll tell you one thing though, he needs both.
Yeah.
So...
what about you get the health booster and then build pipe?
The tricky thing is if you only get if you get straight pipe, your health pool is relatively like low, and you can get solo killed by Lycan. But if you buy maybe Vanguard into pipe, I think is the best.
Yeah.
The pipe timing, he wants to have it around the time that these mid-game team fights are going to come out, and I think that's doable with the Vanguard first with the amount of farm he has. Oh, not again.
Nope.
This time he was even out of Invis. Well, you're in the right place again, Dakota, but the stun isn't.
Yeah, always want to flies. Definitely struggling a little bit with the cast timing on that stun.
Always want to win. Got it.
Okay, here we go. Nangalata putting out the battery assault onto Immersion, walks himself into a rocket barrage and a homing missile. They followed up with ensnare, but there's no additional damage, so
No
they have a
damage.
shrine.
Oh, he has a mango, actually. They could have probably killed him with a pooled mango from Nog.
Feed him.
Yep.
Feed him delicious mango. But they'll just instead go tag up on the shrine. Heal up from there.
Gyro's numbers do not look good.
PK numbers. 40-16.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So how much damage is he doing with this dragon form? This is
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yep, he already used just to
He got nothing out
to
of that.
harass.
Okay. This is the main tricky thing. This is a classic thing that always happens in Dragon Knight games. Dragon Knight sits mid, the enemy mid hero leaves, you dragon form and start hitting his tower. In this case, that makes it a bit harder for Mirana to roam, look for kills. If he's doing it bottom right now, Dragon Knight will definitely start hitting his tower.
Run in now, looking to go on the Jakiro with assistance coming in from Iceberg. They try to right-click him down. They'll get the finish. Oh, nice catch. With the stun, with the arrow. Always want to fly, gets that one done. And that is going to be a 2 takedown. Gank rotation to the bottom lane. That does mean the Dragon Knight is going to pop a new form and try to do as much work as possible onto this tier 1, but the Mirana's already back. Trying to slow him down.
He's more than a full level behind on Mirana. That's pretty rare that we see this
Almost
in a
dual
lane
levels.
without a kill.
Well, she left lane twice.
Yeah, but that's...
Oh,
But
a
why?
regen for a Dragonite. How convenient.
Yum. Stop that regen. Nice.
Stop the pigeon.
Nice. Sidestep
Oh,
there.
flash accuracy on stun is
3 out of
1 and
4.
4? 1 and 4? Something
Yeah.
like that?
That one was hard though. That one is a
Yeah.
very understandable miss.
That should have been just pump fake. It's all good. Alright, getting close to level 600 Clockwork. Could enable some additional opportunities here, but it looks like an opportunity may arise for ESPADA. Here comes Naga rolling on in. Leads things in with the ensnare, the homing missile right after. Rocket barrage, but it's a little close to the tower. Naga says, I'm not having any of this. Has to pull out away, and that opportunity's gone.
Now he might get a... Nah, never mind. Oh. I thought that he might go for it. He's gonna hit level 6 right now.
Oh, the gyro. Yeah.
Clockwork.
Oh, Clockwork might go
Yeah.
for it.
What is likely to happen now is that the next shapeshift will be used to...
2 out of 5. Oh, he got that one, and the root was there.
He's done.
Misha can't make it away. Jakiro kind of slow as it is, but with no boots, certainly moves like molasses at that point.
So in this kind of a game where you don't have a good early start on a Jakiro, I'd prefer him to get max Ice Bat right now and 1 point Macro Fire, because he's not gonna cast.
This is the biggest kill of the game.
Yes, it is. That first hook shot is a great catch onto the DK, under the tower. The extra damage is there. And you know, even DK has to applaud the Clockwork on that one, gives him a tip, because it was a well-played gank. There's some good manners there. Meanwhile, top lane, they're going to get a kill on the Skywrath Mage. Finally, the Gyro able to get his hands dirty in some action. Scores himself a kill.
So shapeshift is ready. Unlike him at this time in the game, you really want to use that cooldown when it's available. So I'm curious what the play of choice is going to be for Sound. Oh, that's
No, it's Arcane Rune,
also really
then the
convenient.
Shapeshift.
Yeah, I think he wants to dive mid and get the tower. They will try to go for this Dragonite kill.
Here comes the Shapeshift. Here comes the Wolf. Concussive shots there. Rotation's already coming from Jakiro. But guess what? He doesn't have Ice Pack, so he can't stop anything.
They're both going to die now.
Oh, man. Everyone's showing up so late. Is this a straight-up chain feed?
No, Underlord, no.
Straight-up chain feed? No. Yes, it is. No. The third kill could be there. The Wolves need to go into the trees to find them and nibble them down, and they'll get it done.
Oh, my God.
Are we going to go for a fourth chain feed? Maybe. Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
What is it?
Oh.
This is the classic 3-2-2.
Oh. You can't 3-2 if you're not ahead, man. Can you? Does that count?
That was the most uncharacteristic thing I've seen ESPADA do all day. That was just a straight-up chain feed. The long TP just screwed them over so bad. They may get a sympathy takedown here on the Mirana. A good grab. They will lose their Jakiro, but yeah, still kind of bleeding out here a bit. ESPADA tried to at least bandage wrap what they can.
So they got 4 kills out of that, plus they got the tower, and the Lycan ulti is gonna be ready in 15 seconds because of that Arcane Rune.
He's gonna be eager to use that again. If they get 4 kills per use of that, this is gonna be a short game.
If he gets another 4 kills out of it, that would be something special. May spot Naga. He has Shapeshift. It's rotated one, but he's not going to pull the trigger. That they may be heading their way through the bottom lane.
Both supports inside of ESPADA are extremely weak right now. Level 5, both of them. But they don't contribute too much to the team fight. No Song. Jakiro doesn't deal damage at this point. He needs to get the ulti up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Once they get levels on their heroes, I still think ESPADA can do it. They just need those levels to control the Lycan and have the damage output.
Everyone's coming into play here. No stun connection. A fight for the tower. Last hit. It's going to belong to Nyx. Jumping from the back. It's going to be Clockwork. Follow-up Mystic Flare combo, and your DK is gone.
Oh, this Flash is hurting. This isn't support.
Flash, though, walking in, burning through everybody else. 3 go down. Didn't even cost him a shapeshift for that one, but man,
that's the dream type of fight for a position. Is he 5? 5 Lesh. he actually gets to Pulse Nova and cast his spells like 3 times each against 3 heroes. Generally, you will just die as a 5 in these positions, but the tank was empty from ESPADA. Here we go again.
Full Vanguard first after this Arcane Boots. Silent coming in, looking to go for Underlord strikes plus a tower takedown. Gets the tower after rotations come.
Dragon Knight will be forced to go for a straight BKB after drums. Clockwork's pretty much always on top of him. This is the correct play from Clockwork. Clockwork? Crack.
A crock pot work. Fortunately, you know, Gyro also mending things up, going for drums. There's just going to be no damage for ESPADA. And they're not going to get time to farm up. The action continues. Uh-oh, always one fly. Just moving in confidently as he has the Mirana ulting, but there is a sentry on the ground. So, you know, he's kind of the guinea pig for that gank. Once they see him drop, they just pull their focus elsewhere.
Starting to become a real... about 7,000 gold lead when this top tier 1 falls.
This is such a good Clockwork game. So much uncontrollable damage on ESPADA. Gyro's Flak, Rocket Barrage, Firestorm, plus Jakiro as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pinging him out. Coming over. Really in fighting shape at the moment.
They're gonna need to stall this game for another 15 minutes at least on side of ESPADA if they wanna somehow manage the contest. It's gonna be really hard. This Lycan is extremely farmed.
Even Roche, I imagine, in the near future if they like, without really too much trouble from ESPADA. They do have Naga Song, which is always a bit of a problem. And I guess it is a choke point, so Jakiro gets some levels, and Underlord could definitely throw down, or look to throw down near that pit. Okay though, not if it comes after a bad fight. Looks like they do get the jump though onto the Clockwork, and they burst him down first. Yes! It's a good lead in, and always want to fly. Could hand over another. Oh! Gets a huge stun, and somehow does manage to help assistant, bursting apart. Not one but 2 members here. Still survives, looks to fight on, and in fact they gotta get the hell out. Always want to fly, wants to chase him down and says, no, don't go anywhere.
That's a good bail.
Holy shit, what a stun. That made up for like all of the misses.
Yeah, it did.
Oh wow, that was perfect.
Just right to the high ground.
What a dream fight again for Lesh. That was the best play of the game. That was so good.
Underlord, get that pipe going or something, man.
Man, Iceberg is such a boss player. Look at him. 916. He's level 13, and Dragon Knight right now is level 11. At one point, he was 2 levels below him.
I heard Iceberg is very good, proactive core player. Certainly in that mid. Rana or Storm definitely is good about making opportunity. Simply pulled himself back after just so much taking action on this Mirana. Gonna go for the Dragon Lance next. It's got kind of a lame right click, so the range will help.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of game that you finish Pike. It's actually it's okay against Pit of Malice, I guess.
Yeah, and Dragon Knight's done, just get someone out.
True, he could save his teammates. I feel
or
like
you can use it on Gyro's rocket, so it hits you faster, right?
Oh yeah, you know, in case you want to just get the stun over with.
No, if you have Pike, you
push
push
back.
yourself away. You kill the rocket with Pike.
Yes,
that's pretty useful for that.
Oh yeah. I thought you were making a joke, like you want to force the rocket into myself faster.
Right.
Yeah, you know, just in case they're anticipating the stun to start later, I'm just going to start it now and throw their whole groove off. I don't think it's how that works.
And it's good stats for Mirana. I know that the ADR plays a really good bottom, and he pretty much always gets the
Dragonline?
Dragonline.
Oh, now there's even more dragons
and doesn't upgrade it, yeah.
More dragons in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
When in doubt, name something Dragon Blank, or Blank Dragon.
Yeah.
Ice Frog's World. Alright, back into action now. Heavy favorites in the moment, belonging to Win Strike. 17 and 6, and nearly a 10k net worth advantage. ball in their court.
I've seen more Lycans picking up Blade Mail as their third item after Helmet Dominator and Necrobook.
Really?
Yeah, against uncontrollable damage. This might be the game, but he goes in a different direction, at least what he has queued up. So going for a pipe, just to tank up, mitigate a lot of damage from the Firestorm and...
I like both items.
Yeah.
But Blade Mail could be cool. The benefit of the pipe is it makes a world of difference for a hero like Leshrac. When you're playing a support, Lesh getting that barrier on you is often going to be the difference between life and death.
Yeah,
and that is so much damage.
That's probably Lesh's suggestion. He's asking, what should I buy? Should I go Blade Mail or pipe? Go pipe.
Jump in, right on the clockwork of all the people. Wow, he didn't even look like he was much of a hero.
Oh, they even used Song there. That is bad. No, they didn't. Wait, what? I'm seeing things. I swear I was seeing those waves come out. I'm tripping.
Yeah, we didn't get much sleep, Cinderin.
No.
Maybe she tried to wave the hands and did a quick cancel or something, but still holds it. And they have 10 seconds before Gyro's even back, but they are going to be chunking their way through this tier 2. There's the song, just as Lycan begins to run in.
Told you there was a song.
Looking to line up the ice path. Nice catch there. Dual breath.
This is a good kill if they can get it.
Can they get Lycan down? It's taking a bit of effort. Mystic Flare is going to possibly cost their DK for them. They got him with another ice path and another route. Finally, they bring him down. Does cost them that DK. They're looking for the follow-up onto the Lesh, but he starts firing out his Edict. Naga has to step off. Finally, they'll be able to crowd around and get him done. 3 for 1. Yeah, but all the meanwhile, Lady Mirana, Iceberg, top lane, finishing off this tier 2 and farming away.
That was definitely a little bit too cocky from Silent. He tanked for so long. If he would have had his hood there, he would have lived, actually. But in behind enemy lines, gets caught by the song. Did you end up painting on it? It's not the end of the world. Trading, what was that, a 3 for 1 or 3 for 2? They killed the Dragon Knight. Anyone else?
I think just the Dragon Knight.
So 3 for 1, but they lose a tier 2 top. Yeah.
I think they just need 2 BKBs and a Crimson Guard, and they can take a fight inside of ESPADA. Gyro's getting close to his. I'll just Soldier Axe. Dragon Knight has way more farm.
Yeah. They have one chance, I think. They get one fight. If they lose that, the game's over. They have to win the fight where they get those key items in. And they will be fighting into an Aegis, as it looks.
And Jakiro is stream sniping. He's maxing that ice path.
It's a shame that they're not in good fighting shape for this, because it's definitely a kind of a location where ESPADA could really do their best work, but it looks like all the ducks are in a row here for Windstrike. They moved in on a great timing to get the Roche. They have some supports to kind of look and scout things out, and they're even on the move to set up a kill for them.
Oh, just use the ulti.
The hunt is out. Mirana ulti? Dude.
Oof. BZZ.
He could rocket again.
Just rocket in there, just to see if there was any man left behind. He's like, yeah, no, I'll rocket to check.
Yeah,
he's reading. Long way. Sorry, Jakiro, gotta go. Tries to get the hell out. Immersion.
Oh, clip.
Nice clipping of the stun there, just on the cusp.
What level is this stun?
Iceberg to get the finish.
Stun on 2.
This is a really unusual support Lesh build, by the way. I thought it looked like a
Yeah,
little
he
stun.
doesn't have mana to cast all his spells, Edict, Lightning Storm, ulti.
Most of the time, Leshrac's supports go 4-0-4 because they can't come in close and really use the Edict, and it's primarily good for pushing towers. But in this case, he's feeling it.
It's a bit of a rusty start, but he's been definitely hitting a good Lesh stride right now. Setups.
Their base defense is amazing. They
Yeah, that's
pull
true.
down.
That's true.
We have Underlord and Jakiro.
Yeah.
Like, what more can you ask for? Level 25 Lich and
Keeper of the Light. Yeah, it's like they definitely have a stellar lineup.
Pit of
they
Malice.
smoked.
That Pit of Malice looked like something out of Star Trek.
I don't like that Pit of Malice cosmetic. I don't like the normal one better. Yeah,
I think this one is really
Looks
good.
weird.
This could be Arcana. I don't even play Underlord, but it looks amazing.
He doesn't even.
Or you
like,
could
look
buy the
cool.
entire Star Trek collection for $35.
Are you a Trekkie?
I've watched a little bit, a long time.
You're a
ago,
Trekkie.
but no. I mean, I like what I saw, so I guess, but no, I haven't watched the whole show at all.
Battlestar Galactica is superior in every way. Actually, didn't watch that show either. And I'm gonna watch Always Wanna Fly. Yeah, this show's canceled.
This is the worst kill that they can get. At least it's something.
Oh, it's even worse if, as a response, they're able to get a hold of this gyro, but a song will be forced out just in the nick of time. Or not! The rocket with the arcade ball will get him down. They'll get the Naga too.
Why didn't he TP right away? And Naga stays on the left side of the map, so Skyrat can't approach.
I think there were maybe an arrow from downtown would suddenly come. Or something, yeah, I don't know. They felt like they needed to hide before the TP could go.
It's gonna cost them buybacks. Underlord Dragon Knight can't take this long.
20 seconds, otherwise they want to wait it out.
Another one.
Otherwise they're just banking all of that arrow. Just came short and finishing onto that Underlord.
Dragon 4.
Oh, nice two-man catch with the pit. It's gonna easily finish up that Skywrath Mage. Clockwork also stunned him quite a bit. That's the third stun there. Lycan in the meantime, they just kind of shred through this bottom tier 3.
That Crimson Guard for tower.
How much is Mirana doing?
Mirana's on top lane. She's gonna kill the tower.
Yep. Oh, no. DKB to safely make it away.
That's worth using losing Clock Sky for. They got a tier 3 and almost a second tier 3, and they got a buyback out of Naga. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Could have probably done it a little bit cleaner where they only lose Skywrath maybe, but they basically walked in to make space for the Lycan to hit bottom.
Full Delta split works out pretty well here for Wind Strike, so ESPADA back on their own defensive move here. We'll get some wards down, mend things as they can, but this, what was once 10k network advantage, is getting closer to 15 at this rate.
This is the classic CIS build. 2 bracers on a 4th Lash. Just tank it up. Now we even have technology to upgrade 2 bracers.
Or Ars Art Lash. Oh,
yeah, you can just get a Rod Blade.
Yeah, he is getting Atos. He's pretty close to it actually. Should increase his stun accuracy quite a bit. He's been doing good for the last 15 minutes. It was just like you said, a rusty start. He's been playing a phenomenal mid.
Yeah,
super good.
Sure, Lesh is something they've been rotating in a lot for the supports, but they're making it work now. The buddy system here for ESPADA, no one can really be side pushing on their own. They continue to get punished by any sort of approach. The one Clockwork is trying to make now, guiding his way through on the back of a Mirana ulti. Provides all that extra bit of intel and information for his team now too, so...
How close is Underlord to having the double?
Soon. 500 gold away.
In less, 300. Look at this tower and he gets away from the hive.
I wonder why Jakiro, he didn't pick a talent. He had on level 20 and didn't even pick it.
Take XP talent.
Yeah, of course. Especially when you have book ready. Oh, the tower didn't die.
The boys are back. And okay, wow, that's a lot of hefty damage already, and the finish onto the Lash, jumping from the Clockwork, looking to lock him down. They do get an ensnare on the Iceberg, but Iceberg already unloading. Gets the finish onto that Jakiro. Now the focus onto the tier 3, but yeah, meanwhile, Lycan doing big bad wolf things as he blows down the houses in the southern half of the map. The rest of the team diverting the attention from ESPADA elsewhere. It looks like ESPADA have realized what's happening, but by the time Gyro can get there, it's already going to be too late. Meanwhile, looks like they will roast up the Chicken Man. And Naga's like, come back! Come back! Can't get that far. Long gone. They're just chasing everybody out of base now. Once the man fight. Oh, the Necro Book is doing a lot. Actually forces out the BKB. And Gyro's like, this one's on you, DK. Don't let him go.
Alright, not another Quelling Blade juke from Lycan, please. Oh, okay.
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't even have it. He didn't even need it.
Okay. Look at the amount of regen. 40%, not even 40.
39.9. So don't even give him that that average up right there to 40.
Dragon form ran out. Also, I think they do get the Lycan there, but Sound will be very happy with Circle. And even forcing a BKB charge.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Okay, so his job is done. They get the racks. They didn't manage to finish off the tier 3, so that's a little small, tiny little feather in the cap of ESPADA.
Best silver lining ever.
They're about to rip that feather out of the hat and shove him into a hurt locker, though, as they get the quick finish. Onto that Naga. Gyro could be next. He's frantic. He says, I want to call my homeboys. I want to do the call down. Stop. They dropped the macro pyre in the ice path, but they're going to die outside the base, and this is going to be bad.
They have so much vision with the rocket. You have Mirana who's using ulti to scout the wolves. Pretty hard to play against.
I do believe this is a second lane Rex. Or maybe not. They have a wave bottom. No, they don't have a wave? Oh, I thought he was pushing with the wave here. Oh,
nope.
Okay.
Nope,
They managed to...
his artificial wave.
At least they cut the waves nicely on the Dire. It cost them 3,000 gold, but they cut the waves. That's maybe the worst trade deal in the history.
Dire's bottom
delaying the game.
is under attack.
I love BMA from Gyro. He had Aghanim's queued up, then he adds Maelstrom and Satanic. He wants to play this game for another 30 minutes.
It might just be a mental thing. He like sees all the items that he will definitely get.
Yeah, I mean, that's the build, no matter what.
Need 15,000 gold, guys. Just hold on. Hang in there.
Everyone getting quite yoked out on the wind strike time.
No Fear hadn't used the chat line for 30 seconds, so his cooldown was ready again.
I mean, he's
you wanna make sure you use those when they're off cooldown. See if he finds an arcane rune,
Yeah,
so he
same
can do
goes
it
for
a bit
Midas.
faster.
Oh, imagine if Arcane Rune made you use Chow Wheel non-stop.
Yeah. Okay. The chat rune.
Haste.
Makes all chat lines all chat. And none cooldown.
Oh, can they get the skill?
This is a big one.
Yeah, this is not how
And
you
it's gone.
gank Mirana, who has a BKB, just try to run in with the Dragonite from Fog.
Boo!
The only catch they had there was actually an ice path from the tree line. If the ice path catches, maybe they can connect, but else they have no other way.
This kind of looks like desperation from them. They don't want to be stuck in base because they're gonna get out-farmed. But that's the only way to come back into the game because they have no initiation tool whatsoever.
Oh, dude. She almost shot down that Jakiro.
Oh, there's so much damage this week.
Holds out. Good work onto the DK. Popper trying to make it out. Iceberg says, forget it. I'm jumping in. Let's just go. He's putting all of his focus onto the gyrocopter. They try to song her, but she already has the BKB out, so now they're trying to use that advantage to isolate her alone. They get her with the ice path, they get her with the dual breath, then they get the kill. But now, here comes Lesh, and here comes Clock, and here comes Sky, and they're going to clean up everybody else. 3 get dropped. Underlord going to be forced to buy back out. They're looking to go for the finish onto the Naga. They'll get her too. She has no buyback at all. Underlord stepping in from that buyback, trying to stop them as much as possible. Meanwhile, they do get the snipe finish onto the Jakiro, and the game has been called ESPADA. Throw in the towel, and it's going to be game 1 to Windstrike.
They just won that team fight 4 and 5. Lycan did. Anyway, he was pushing top at the same time. No, it's a really convincing win. If this is how the rest of this qualifier is going to go, they're not going to. Jack and Grant.
Did you go to Denny's?
No, but it still tastes
More fun
even without them.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
Have
Yeah.
the full experience.
You don't like order Denny's
know.
out. Nobody does that. That doesn't make sense.
It's like
We've
you
had it
go to
already.
Walmart, you gotta get your stuff,
10
but
seconds
the
remaining.
experience of what's everywhere and who's that? What's that thing? Like you gotta experience. It's like dinner in a theater.
remaining.
I hear Denny's at 4 a.m. is the place to.
Yes, it is. That's when you get all the drunkards coming in. They just gotta like soak up all the booze. So you definitely see some.
Gotta experience
Exciting.
that. But
We're actually on a time shift right now where we could technically. But yeah.
Oh yeah, like
sure.
right before work.
For
basically.
sure.
Yeah.
We can go there, have a good warm up, really get our
Team
chemistry
back.
together. But will ESPADA's chemistry be ready for game number 3 or game number 2?
So I'm
I
assuming.
can't count anymore. Go ahead.
I don't know how many, what stats we have on this, but I would assume that almost every single game the team with pick priority chooses first pick still. This time it's first pick on ESPADA. Last game it was on.
10 seconds remaining.
are we swapping every game?
I think that they're just swapping priority, right? Like
Yes.
they get to choose, but I feel like
Pick
every
upside.
single time, every series we've cast, the first pick has swapped, so that means that the priority seems. It's definitely not second pick, right? Well, no, there hasn't been this shift where.
But they're the same side. Would they also swap sides? Or
One team gets to choose pick, the other chooses side. Maybe FlyToMoon just likes Radiant more.
Radiant team
They
back.
in the first game they chose first pick and ESPADA liked Dire more, so ESPADA took Dire. This game, ESPADA got first pick and FlyToMoon were like, great, we
Dire
want Radiant.
team pick.
so both teams get what they want. They're wrong.
Well, they take turns.
Yeah, but because the other one, so if they both have the same preference in pick choice, but they have different
Radiant
preferences
team
inside, means one team gets what they want both times, and the other team only gets it one. Am I wrong?
If they do the right thing.
If they do the right thing, yeah.
I
That's true.
think FlyToMoon's priority is still first pick, but they don't get the choice. So they got the second best thing that they. And
Wow.
ESPADA couldn't have avoided it, right? They,
Second out of 2 things,
ESPADA
right?
could have been like, we want Radiant, and then I think
10
FlyToMoon would
seconds
take
remaining.
first pick.
Radiant has like a 5% win rate of it.
5 seconds.
Fair enough.
I think
remaining.
first pick
Radiant team
in the Super Major had 57%
Well,
win rate.
well. Look who it is.
Oh,
It's
dear.
Spirit Breaker.
There you go,
As a
Dakota.
counter pickup to Bounty Hunter.
Okay, but it's Flight of the
Let me have
Give
my
me a
one
crown
moment.
for
Let me
this
have
man.
my one moment.
It's
And it's gone.
it's Flight of Moon and versus ESPADA though. Like, I don't know.
They should
Game
have
one
picked
was
slowly.
Game one was pretty one-sided. I
I'm
don't
still feeling the moment right now. Let me know when you want the moment to end, Dakota. I'm just gonna look at you.
All right, I'm
I
better now.
admire you.
Go ahead. You
Okay,
can take it now.
okay.
Take it over.
What do you think they should pick now? This is when you double down.
10 seconds remaining.
Spirit Breaker Doom.
for
This
Shaker.
Doom is a
5
deny pick.
seconds
ESPADA
remaining.
wanted that with their. With Shaker?
Dire
If they pick with
team
Shaker, I'll
back.
take you on a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
Call
I felt it right there.
Storm Spirit or
Oh, that's exciting.
Animal Lance.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta get a course meal.
I like
Denny's.
what Synderen did yesterday in a van when we were back to the hotel. He asked Grant to play versus him 1 versus 1, but Grant refused. He has nothing to prove anymore.
That's a good
10
excuse for I'm gonna get trashed.
Yeah.
I got BSJ's number too again.
That
5
happened to me once
seconds
in
remaining.
middle school. You guys ever play Star Wars Pod Racer?
No.
I played the shit out of that game. And then I had a friend over, and I played the first level. It's like the part in the movie where he has to turn it sideways, go through. It's like
Yeah.
literally-
Yeah.
And I accidentally on the last lap hit the wall. That was played too casually, and he beat me. And he's like, "We're never playing again." Great.
That's it. The title's there
Great, man.
forever.
You
So he
got the
still
1-0.
he still holds it.
Radiant team back.
Damn.
I just
Padre.
I hate when people don't give a rematch.
You had your chance. What?
Grant, that's what you're talking about, right? Because Grant's like, I only 1v1. every
every 3 years.
best of one
the whole way through. You had your
So
chance.
hype. It's so hype though.
You had your
Everything's
chance.
on the line.
Awkward silence.
Back to you.
Lacoste?
Let's go into
Back
the
to you.
draft.
Let's go.
That's an old
Back
meme.
to you.
So what do we think about the PL? I think Spirit Breaker is a great matchup for PL. Obviously a very easy way of getting out of the charge, and against Doom. You get the logic behind this PL pick for sure.
10
Plus the
seconds
trust.
remaining.
Then it's nice.
Radiant
Sense of
team
spirit.
back.
Whether it be
Uh,
Ember or Storm.
Or just
That's
far
a
enough
bit
away.
early.
Then you always know which one.
Yeah, if you force doppelganger with some.
How about the fact that Spirit Breaker has gotten some buffs recently, and they make him very fast? Aura is better now, I believe. You can activate it, and it does not penalize. Fast team.
That one of the most useless.
Against track? It is not useless.
It helps.
It's probably something that's really... People probably
Is it
underestimate.
5%? Is it like a 5% help?
It's double when you activate it.
You know what I
right?
hate the most about that spell? It's the sound. It's like someone farted. It doesn't do anything. It's just a...
It's as useful as it sounds. Is it?
In my client, it doesn't sound like that.
It does. He's got some Croatian client.
That's not even a sound. I don't know what it is.
Hear that, but we are going to be listening in on Spirit Breaker for sure.
I'm pretty sure you should just check after this game what it sounds like, so you know.
You check right now.
When I was doing trivia, I didn't